if my son is here, my son Robert.
I'm here.
How's your son Clyde?
We're here.
My third son, Robert, is a no-show, and he gets a black ball.
That's why things get bad.
My kids are here. I'll have them stand up as I call their names, like a teacher. This is Lenora Blackwelder, my firstborn. Stephen Blackwelder, my secondborn. Clyde and Robert are the twins, and there is Clyde. When I was beginning to talk about this, I had some very bad days. I had just been given a new antibiotic, and it made me very nauseous. And so they gave me medicine for it, and the medicine made me worse. It made me almost incognito. I had a terrible time thinking. And finally, they took everything away from me about 3 days ago, and I put it together. And so this is a speech of love and thought, because this is a place very close to my heart. I think all of you would like a little history of how the Cherry Canyon Overlook rest site began. There's an awfully long name for a place, but that's how it sort of grew. I've lived in the valley for many years, but I first remember riding through this particular area where there was a little impromptu jumping course that some enthusiastic equestrian had set up. It was bright and a beautiful day, but intimidatingly hot. As my late North Carolinian husband would say, it was hotter than a popcorn fart. I thought at the time how nice it would be to have a cool drink of water available for our hot horses. A seed was planted. Years later, when I began to think about how I could actually bring water to the area, I thought about the first move. I would donate a sufficiently large amount of money to get the attention of the city. So I did that in August of 2008. I think 5 months elapsed before my check was cashed. I know it went into the next year. The city and I hashed this back and forth for more than several months. I had difficulty getting a commitment, although the city thanked me profusely at the acceptance of my check. Months continued to pass by, and finally we were in the year 2011. I was still waiting until I forced the issue. Commit or return my money. It wasn't such a difficult project. It was just that it was a concept the city had never contended with. I think they really liked the project, but no one wanted to commit to such a nebulous project. Then we got a large donation to solidify the finances. The city didn't want to build until all the necessary money was arranged for. We received a large donation from Supervisor Antonovich. Don Hibner, president of the Valley Water Company, gave his imprimatur for water for the project. The Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy came through, as did Southern California Edison Company. Small donations rolled in from many private supporters. And I believe it was 165,000 we had on hand before groundbreaking began. Obviously, my figures don't agree with the city. But anyhow, I'm glad we had enough money to do what we needed to do. Oh, gosh. I want to thank all the many persons involved in making the water installation an actuality. So much of the project was done by other people who imagined what I imagined, and ideas seen through others' eyes. I think Mr. Hitty and the city engineers fell in love with the project. And before I knew it, there was an installation of water for the trees, horses, dogs, and people. The type of trees and their installation was a whole new concept I hadn't figured on. Although I knew from the start that tree installation can be chancy at the beginning. So, there you have it. A wild dream and an incredible application punctuated by devastating health problems for me along the way, including fracturing my right thigh last April, my right femur. I must first of all thank Randy Strapazan and her understanding husband, who have held the project together when a myriad of problems interfered with completion. Randy has that can do, will do, have done type of personality which we are so fortunate to have had. For instance, the water trough for horses is a simple enough concept, except that we now have to contend with West Nile virus all across the country. It is a mosquito-borne disease, very often fatal to horses unless inoculated against. There can be no standing water. We needed special drainage valve, which only our friend Ronnie Siegel, a landscape architect here in La Cañada, knew about. We are so fortunate that people came forward with their particular expertise to help us solve a long list of special problems, and all within a precise time frame. As my late North Carolinian husband would say, it needs to be done right now. Not rat mouse, right now. But my personal thanks go out to all the council members and the city staff. I'm thankful for help from previous mayors, Greg Brown and Steve Del Curcio, and our current mayor, Laurel Rojasso. I would also like to thank the La Cañada Flint Ridge Trails Council for their support. They have been protecting and promoting our open trails and space and our trails and open space for the past 40 years. Kudos to all of you. So now we enter a new time frame. Operation of this unique little park. Take care of it. Don't let people tie their horses to the oak trees. The trees won't survive. If there are changes to be made, keep them simple. But use it with care and love, and I think the park will prove to be more enjoyable as the years progress. I salute the city for believing it could be done. It's up to all of you, the public, to make it a success. Thank you, all of you. I was riding my horse. You can figure it.
It's a different kind of horse now, Liz.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Thank you, Donna. I also like to recognize, and I don't know that I see her